You can actually use a BigCommerce to sell on Amazon, and there are a lot of opportunities for you. But to do this properly, first you need to understand the requirements. Okay, so if you want to sell on Amazon with BigCommerce, you need to make sure that you have merchant setup. This is very important. You got to have a BigCommerce Amazon integration. So what you want to do here is that you need to also have an Amazon seller account. Okay, you want to go for the professional seller account. Don't go for the basic setting or the basic seller account. So you have to do two things. Okay, you have to set things up on the Amazon side, and then you have to sign up with BigCommerce. So you have to start developing on your WordPress store. Now the thing is that when we talk about selling on BigCommerce and Amazon, you can do it simultaneously, or you can do it what we call in a synchronized way. In other words, you can say, okay, my Amazon store is the primary vehicle, and we are going to use BigCommerce to drive traffic onto that store. Okay, or you can say, I want to drive traffic primarily to that BigCommerce store itself. So very important. Okay, you need to know the requirements for merchant setup, and you gotta be set up as a merchant on both the BigCommerce and Amazon. One thing we have seen in our research that's also very important is that you might use a BigCommerce Amazon integration. There are a lot of apps nowadays that will do the work for you, but if you don't want to go that route, just make sure that when you actually build the BigCommerce website from the get-go, that you have some kind of synchronicity. You have integrations between that BigCommerce store and your Amazon Seller Central account. Okay, you can do this. You can do this. It can be a one-on-one integration, or it can be you can actually have your Amazon store. You can have a link to your Amazon store on your BigCommerce website. Either way, make sure that whatever you have, whatever setup you have, that it is live. So you don't have to refresh. You don't have to constantly update data on your BigCommerce store to talk about your Amazon store. Okay, very important. So step number one, know the requirements. And when we talk about requirements, also make sure that you have the proper BigCommerce plugins, also the BigCommerce the pricing tier that will allow you to have access to the full functionalities of that store. And when we talk about requirements, we need to also talk about, so first I spoke to you about the requirements for a merchant setup. Now let's talk about requirements for products. Okay, by the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. In today's conversation, we're talking about how to use BigCommerce to sell on Amazon. Okay, now when we talk about BigCommerce, there are several specific categories that your products can actually fall into. And so we have arts, craft, and sewing. Yeah, beauty and personal care, electronics, clothing, shoes, and jewelry. You have lawn garden. You have tools and home improvement. You have groceries and gourmet food. You have a home and kitchen, health and household, pet supplies, sports, and outdoors. The thing is that when we talk about the requirements for products, you need to understand you are trying to link your BigCommerce store or your BigCommerce website to your Amazon store. So there has to be synchronicity. There has to be synchronicity in terms of the requirements for products. And the thing is, this is why I was just telling you earlier. You need to think about the setup that you want to choose. Do you want to sell just on Amazon and drive traffic from your BigCommerce website onto Amazon? Or would you want to do the other way around? Or would you want to have two separate platforms where you can make sales? Okay. And one thing you need to understand here is that I've given you a list of product categories before, but this is not an exhaustive list. Okay. Maybe you are looking for a product that has that is not in the list that I just gave you. That's fine. The only thing is that Amazon, because that's what it is. You want to sell on Amazon FBA through BigCommerce. You need to make sure that you comply with the product categories that Amazon has. Okay, there are some restrictions when it comes to products on Amazon. So Amazon FBA only supports selling physical products. Therefore, any other forms will be declined. Okay, and items that include goods and used product pick lists such as bundles and add-ons will not be allowed. And Amazon only support maximum 2,000 characters for each description, box of the product. So those are really important things, because when we talk about product description, we're speaking about SEO. We're speaking about you speaking to Amazon's algorithm. Those are really important. Okay. And every product needs to belong to a specific brand. Now, let me talk to you about the requirements for BigCommerce store. The thing is, when we talk about BigCommerce store, remember, you have to make sure that you have the default currency. So if you want to have your BigCommerce store, it has to be US dollar. Make sure you have the proper pricing plan for your BigCommerce store. Make sure that you have the proper plugin. Okay. The thing is, if you want to have Amazon and a BigCommerce integration, there has to be some. You can have a third-party app, or you can have a plugin that you have to pay for, though. That would allow you to seamlessly sync your BigCommerce store to your Amazon store. Okay, this is important. Now, if you have 2 or 3 or 4 products, if you have a limited list of products that you are currently selling, then it's fine. But if you have a constellation of products, then you need to automate things, and you have to think about how to best do it. Okay. Now let's talk about the business case. So the first part is that the requirements. You need to know the requirements. Now let's talk about the business case. By the way, I'm just quickly reminding you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to use BigCommerce to sell on Amazon FBA. And so why should you use BigCommerce Amazon integration in the first place? Well, the first and foremost reason is that you can manage your inventory very easily. The simplicity of managing your inventory is really big. Okay, so inventory control is easy with BigCommerce Amazon integration. Whatever integration you have, you are able to monitor your stocks a lot more easily. Okay, so the moment you integrate your BigCommerce store into your Amazon store, the inventory of your business will automatically sync with Amazon. Okay, now you don't have to spend time worrying about problems of stock, of inventory outage and all that kind of stuff. No. So this is really important. And again, as I said before, if you only have 2 or 3 or 4 products, this is fine. But once you start scaling, once you're selling like a zillions products, you want things to happen automatically. Let's continue to talk about, when we talk about business case here, you need to adjust how the products are modified easily. See, the whole thing is that you have don't forget that you have 2 platforms. You have Amazon FBA and you have BigCommerce. Okay. And if you have to modify, let's say you modify a product on one platform, how would it reflect on the other platform? This is why you need some kind of plugin. You need an app, so that if you say, let's say you are modifying, you're editing the product description, you're adding maybe a video or a picture or something, whatever to a product on either platform, you're definitely are able to reflect whatever change you made on the other platform. This is really important. Okay, this is really important because you might be thinking, well, this is something I could do myself. Yes. Again, going back to what I said, if you have a small inventory, if you have a small portfolio, those are things you can do yourself. But once you have a larger inventory, a larger portfolio of products, you're going to have to start gradually doing things automatically. Okay. And you also have a quick setup process. So with only a few clicks, your BigCommerce Amazon integration will be set up. Okay, you can actually you are good to go. You don't have to think what next. No, things happen in the background naturally, so you can focus on what's more important for you, which is to sell. That's what you really need to do. You need to drum up business. You need to create buzz around your store, around your Amazon FBA store. And the thing is that, remember that your Amazon FBA store can only succeed if you have the proper strategy to drive traffic from your BigCommerce store onto your Amazon FBA store. Okay, if this is your primary, this should not be your primary vehicle for promotion anyway. But hey, listen, if your BigCommerce store right now is your only promotional vehicle right now, just make sure that you set things properly. And before I actually have to close on this section, please make sure that you are in compliance on both platforms. You'll remain in compliance with whatever Amazon wants you to do on their platform, and you do the same thing with BigCommerce. I want to talk to you about the actual process, okay? How do you actually use BigCommerce to sell on Amazon? So the actual process, step by step. This is something that a lot of viewers have been asking questions about. We have received gazillion questions via email, so we thought about just making a video where we can answer all questions and people will be comfortable. Okay, so the process, step by step. You can actually use a plugin, or you can do things by yourself. You need to actually create an account on Amazon Seller Central. Okay, and when we talk about creating, this is assuming that you currently don't have an account on Amazon Seller Central on Amazon, right? So put your name, address, very basic information. You have to choose an appropriate credit card so if they have to charge you monthly for the Amazon Seller Central membership fee, you want to put your phone number, because Amazon will send you a text message to verify your identity. You need to set your tax records, okay? Put your social security number, everything. You need to actually you need to enter the most suitable payment method so that Amazon can transfer money into your bank account. Okay, so this is kind of very similar, very, very simple. Create an account on Amazon Seller Central. Number two, you need to set up your store on Amazon. So all you have to do is basically just activate things. After Amazon confirms your emails, everything is fine, you need to go into your account at Amazon Seller Central and start completing the process. Okay, and the one thing that's really important when we talk about Amazon Seller Central account, your account, remember that even your account, the information you put into your account, the algorithm sometimes takes it into account when recommending your content to shoppers. A lot of us don't know about that. People just believe that it's only the products. No. If the algorithm has identified your store as a good store for, say, kids toys, you bet that they will actually the algorithm, that is, will actually send business to you. So that's why when we talk about, even in your contact information, if you can actually just make sure that you pay attention to whatever you write down, very important. Next thing you have to do here, you need to choose products that you need to list. Okay, now so this is kind of important. You need to check the right products, but also you need to think about platforms where you can promote your products in addition to BigCommerce and Amazon. Those two platforms are really great. Don't get me wrong, but when we are in business, if we are an online entrepreneur, we need to diversify our sources of promotion. We need to diversify our sources of revenue, right? You can't just rely on one source of revenue. Who knows? Don't put all your eggs in the proverbial basket. It's really important to diversify. So think about how you can integrate your promotion strategy onto. You can integrate from Instagram, for example. You can integrate Instagram into your promotion strategy. Twitter, YouTube, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, WordPress websites. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is that don't count on BigCommerce only as a source of traffic to your Amazon FBA store. Okay, and also you need to check out Amazon listings. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's conversation. The topic we're talking about, we are speaking about how to use BigCommerce to sell on Amazon FBA. And when we talk about Amazon listings, you need to make sure that you have the proper listings. And when we talk about listings, we have several things we're talking about. First of all, make sure the products make sense. In other words, the product comply with what Amazon wants on their platforms. Because the last thing you want is to actually be kicked out of the platform because you're not in compliance with what Amazon wants. So please be very, very clear about that. Okay. And one thing I want to say before closing on this section is that when you look at the Amazon listings, look at the products, look at the product descriptions, look at everything around the products. So this could be the multimedia, the videos, the pictures. Those are really important. Okay, and pay attention also to how you convey, how you communicate around the product. Those are really, really important. This will help you. Okay, this will help you make sure. This will help you propose or provide better context around your products to the populace, to shoppers. And the thing I want you to be very clear also is to keep track. You want to keep track of transactions on Amazon. Whatever orders you get from Amazon, keep track of that. The reason is that you want to see how effective and how efficient your BigCommerce strategy, your BigCommerce to Amazon FBA strategy really is. Okay, so are you making more sales? Because sometimes it's all about trials and errors. Like you can start something, you can use BigCommerce to sell on Amazon FBA, and after 1 week, after 2 weeks, you realize that it's not really working. So it's time to change. It's time to tweak something. Okay, you can't just be on a path and you realize that path ain't working and you keep being on that path. No, you try it for a while, and after a while, if it doesn't work out, you keep changing. So it's really important to keep track of your transactions on Amazon, your sales, your revenue. This could be on a monthly basis. This could be on a quarterly basis. At least you do some kind of tracking. Very important, okay? And in some cases, what we tell our clients to do is to also do something called A/B testing. So you can try different strategies to see which one works, okay? Again, we're going from BigCommerce to Amazon FBA. I mean, you can also try the other way around. Who knows? Maybe drive traffic from your Amazon FBA store to your BigCommerce store. Now, having two stores at the same time means that you're going to have to put some cash into. You're going to have to allocate some resources. But hey, listen, if this is what you do, if this is what you like to have, then try it. Okay, so do some A/B testing to see which scenario works better or produces more revenue. And you want to constantly evaluate customer service also. Customer experience, not customer service. Customer experience, okay? You want to make sure that end users are satisfied. So it's not about just generating revenue. See, if you are on Amazon FBA, if you are an Amazon FBA seller and you want to win the much coveted buy box on Amazon, it's important to pay attention, among other things though, to customer experience, okay? Customer experience in terms of product quality, in terms of the reviews people are leaving, in terms of the shipping, how fast the products are shipped, how much you're charging per shipping, and all kinds of stuff. Let me quickly talk to you about integration. So here we are speaking about integration, the actual integration. How do you integrate BigCommerce with Amazon? Okay, and this is also very important because this will help you have a clear idea about what you want to do and how you can actually just to get things done real quick. The thing you need to understand here is that if you want to integrate your BigCommerce with Amazon real quick, you must have a US-based Amazon Seller Central account, and you need to have a professional selling plan. You need to have a valid bank account. This is important because you want Amazon to pay you for orders that are placed through their marketplace, right? You're not working for free, are you? And remember, they will pay you on a monthly basis, and they'll also need to have a payment method on file so that you can pay their subscription fee also. And so you got to take care of all those little things like the store default currency must be US dollar, right? Make sure that you adjust your shipping policy to make sure that you also need to think about your tax information. So sales tax is also an important element, okay? And depending on the state you're selling from, you might have to charge sales tax on transactions within the US at least. So those are really little things that you have to pay attention to. Now, if you have questions about this specific, because this could be a little convoluted, and we don't have time to do like a full tutorial, a 2-hour tutorial, or 3-hour tutorial on this part. But if you have questions about the integration, the BigCommerce Amazon integration, just put the question below, We'll certainly answer you. You can just let us know a lot about your particular store, and we'll be very happy to help you out. One thing I want to say here is that it is very easy. It is not complicated at all. It might sound like it, but it's not. And it's very easy and very quick too. As long as you have the right tools, you have the right setup, you should be good to go. You can integrate your BigCommerce store real quick into Amazon FBA and start ripping sales on both ends of the aisle of the e-commerce equation, both on Amazon and BigCommerce. One thing let me just show you step by step how to integrate BigCommerce with Amazon. So you have to go to the channel manager. You can see on the screen here, go to the channel manager, and in the marketplace section, you want to choose add new. That's the first step. The second step is you need to connect to Amazon. Okay, very important. Be sure that you connect to Amazon here. Step number 3, you want to choose sign up for Seller Central. So if you have already done so, that's fine. If not, just sign up for an Amazon Seller Central account. And alternatively, you can hit connect next to the software you will use to connect BigCommerce to Amazon. And if you don't choose to connect to Amazon with an app, go to the app marketplace and look at and install the requested app. Then in Channel Manager, press connect next to the corresponding lines. Okay, and so this is kind of very straightforward. And if you're not using an app to link to Amazon, you want to proceed by clicking connect next to BigCommerce. Step number 4, you want to click get started. Okay, so step number 1, go to Channel Manager. Step number 2, connect to Amazon. Number 3, choose sign up for Seller Central account. Number 4, click to get started. Okay, and so you need to scroll down though. You need to scroll down and check each box to confirm that you have met the Seller Central requirements. Then press get started. Step number 5, you need to review the things you should know. So basically, there is a pop-up. There's a pop-up. You're gonna see a pop-up, and the pop-up will ask you to review the things you should know before doing anything. Now, BigCommerce may not charge any premium fees. However, transactions received by your Amazon integration are included in your store's trailing 12-month GMV, which may impact the price of your BigCommerce package. Furthermore, Amazon can charge fees unrelated to the BigCommerce integration. And the thing is, if you use third-party software for order or inventory management for this integration that generates the orders or decrements inventory, commodity inventory can be decremented twice. Now, I don't have time to go into details about decrements here, but if you are interested, we can certainly explain that to you, not a problem. Step number 6, review the Amazon MWS license agreements. Check the boxes, then click next. And step number 7, you just need to finish the setup. Before we close today's conversation, there are some common issues that you could be having if you are thinking about integrating BigCommerce to your Amazon FBA store. Okay, and it's important that you are clear about material that is not permitted for when it comes to listing on Amazon. Okay, anything that is pornographic, lewd, or offensive, do not do it. Okay, phone numbers, postal codes, email addresses, or domain URLs, availability price, the condition, the alternate purchasing details, such as links to other websites where orders may be placed, or alternative shipping deals, such as free shipping. And you have to be very careful. Those are invalid content. Those constitute invalid content. Okay, books, music, video, or DVD, listing spoilers, information that reveals plot elements crucial to the suspense, mystery, or surprise ending of a story. You don't want to do that. Recommendations, quotations, or testimonials. Okay, Amazon does not want that. Okay, requests for constructive consumer feedback, ads, advertising materials, or watermarks on images, pictures, or videos are not permitted. And material that is time sensitive, dates of promotional tours, seminars, lectures, those are really not permitted. So what you have to think about here is that you have to think about how to comply with the rules on Amazon, that on Amazon FBA, but also how those rules may apply to your particular store on BigCommerce. As I said before, the whole thing is you need to comply with both. You need to comply on both platforms. You need to be in compliance with terms and conditions on Amazon.com, but also be in compliance with terms and conditions on BigCommerce.com. Okay, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the type of pricing tier that you have. You still need to comply. Okay, but overall, your BigCommerce to Amazon FBA integration is very straightforward. If you do things right, you can actually get started. You can do everything and get started within 24 hours. Okay, we have done this for clients, and some of our clients were even up and running within 4 hours. Within 4 hours, everything was fine, and they could start selling on Amazon FBA through the BigCommerce. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just explaining to you how to sell on Amazon FBA through BigCommerce. I gave you a lot of steps. But if you have any question, let us know in the comment section. We'll certainly answer you. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.